What's up, Juventini? We've got a ton to discuss with the third signing this Mercato for Juve landing in Turin and going through medicals. And then Di Marzio dropped us a bomb late last night that leaves us all wondering what is actually going on between Fede and Juve. We'll look at those details. And the next sale could be on deck for Juve that opens a door for Coop minors. All that and all the other news surrounding Juve to today. So without further ado, I'm Berto. This is the AJC, your channel dedicated to Juve. It's July 9th. Let's get into the news. Now, today marks what would have been Gianluca Vialli's 60th birthday. All right, the legend himself, our last captain to hoist the Champions League trophy, one of my absolute favorites. So gone, but never forgotten. Today, we remember Gianluca Vialli. Now, with the news, Kefren Thuram has, of course, landed in Turin, gone through medicals. He is our third signing, and it was pretty cool seeing his father, Lilian Thuram, back around the facilities. They also met with Thiago Motta, who had his entire staff with him, and they went through J Museum with Giuntoli, all right? So cool images, good positive vibes going on to the rest of the Mercato. Now, as far as the rest of the Mercato goes, PSG apparently has reached out for discussions on Dean Huijsen, and the latest rumors suggest that Dean Huijsen has given his approval to join PSG. This could be the next sale for Juve, and it would mark the opening to finalize Coop minors. All right, now what is being reported though is that Juve will definitely not accept anything lower than 30 million euros on Dean Huijsen's sale. Will PSG come in with the number we need? I would hope so, because money's not an issue over there. All right, so this could be the one that really helps us the rest of the way in the Mercato. Let's see if we can get that finalization. Now, when we get to another potential sale, it was Fede Chiesa, it was Roma, and now these past couple days, man, how things have changed. Yesterday, on yesterday's video, I told you, watch out, things could get ugly. Di Marzio brings us a bomb around midnight Italian time yesterday, and he states essentially that Chiesa is going to be getting married later this month, and then he's going to be returning to Juventus and their camp in the hopes of changing the coach's mind. So he's sticking to the narrative that Thiago Motta does not want Chiesa at Juve. Now, he also continues that Chiesa was not even offered a renewal, and that it was Chiesa and his agent reaching out to Juve about the renewal. Now, what in fact is going on? We got to take everything around this scenario with a grain of salt. Is this similar to a PR battle we saw between Giuntoli and Max Allegri towards the end of this past season? Maybe. Maybe this is Chiesa's entourage planting seeds to try and clean up the optics that have been mostly negative around him for the past week and a half or so. Or this could just be fact that he wasn't renewed an offer, and then why would that be? Maybe Giuntoli, and I brought a video to you guys probably around February or March saying that I was hearing a lot of rumblings about locker room issues and that Juve just wanted to part ways with some of these guys, and Max was one of them, and also Chiesa was one of them. Maybe it's behind the scenes things we don't actually know about, or it could just be that Chiesa represents a rather easy sell for the club in order to move forward in the Mercato with their plans, and it allows them to retain Dusan Vlahovic and Gleison Bremer, all right? Because we were hearing for a lot of last season that one out of those three was going to have to go. All I know is that one thing's for sure, only those involved know exactly what's going on, all right? But this could get ugly when a player has all this surrounding him and then he returns to camp. This is starting to take on vibes of what went down with Bonucci, all right? So let's wait and see. But that's the latest from Di Marzio. And today we pile on top of that with Corriere dello Sport saying that Roma has abandoned the move for Chiesa because of Chiesa's desire to stop. And Roma is looking for players that are hungry to join the cause. And that does sound like something De Rossi would be after, all right? But all things in limbo with Fede Chiesa, all right? Let's wait and see how this actually goes down. Rugani, it is said he's got an offer from Al Shabab out of Saudi Arabia for a 3-year deal at 6 million euros, all right? And the rumors suggest he is leaving Juve 100%, all right? So there are sources out there. Begila is one of them saying that 100% Rugani will be leaving Juve, all right? What's interesting and noteworthy is that Atalanta Atalanta has all of a sudden put their name into the hat and started to inquire about Rugani. This could also go a little of the way helping in the Coop Miners deal, all right? So we definitely have to keep tabs on what could happen there with Rugani. Now we get to Todibo. The latest is that West Ham had put an offer in for the player at 35 million euros, all right? And it was rejected. Manchester United was going in on a deal. However, that was blocked by UEFA. And the reason is because Nice's owner has shares in Man United, so UEFA blocked that, okay? Now, that tells us that 35 million euros was rejected. Maybe this will be very difficult for us to, in the hopes of bringing that price down. We got to hope for a counterpart potentially if that's going to go down. There is a new name in the background should this one fall through, and that is Marco Senesi from Bournemouth, all right? And he could be a potential option. That is quite the drop for me in terms of excitement from Todibo to Senesi, all right? So let's hope for Todibo. We will see and keep tabs on what's going on there with Szczesny. Now, CEO of Monza Galliani states that there have been no discussions with Szczesny despite all the recent links, all right? So we just have to wait and see if we can in fact move Szczesny. But Di Gregorio is already in, and Giuntoli is going to try and push for a solution. Now, what's important here is Szczesny's words, because he's always said he would not be a problem for Juve. And when the club decides that they do want to part ways, he would fall in line, all right? And you got to respect that a lot, but let's see if it comes to fruition. As far as getting ready for training camp, we got more players besides Thuram landing at Turin. We had Milik return, all right? And we also had Adic, the latest signing that a lot are saying could find his way into the first team. He arrived today in camp, all right? So it's going to be awesome to see all these young faces start working with Motta, because while we wait for a lot of these other players that are still on vacation, it's going to give Motta a chance to really look at all of the next-gen players, all right? And again, don't forget about the name Savona, because it is said that Motta really admires him and that he could find his way into the first team, all right? So exciting days ahead as camp is set to start very, very soon, and Motta getting settled in and Kefren Thuram landing. I like the positive vibes. As far as all the rest goes, we just have to wait and see where the chips fall. What do you think is going to be the next sale, and what do you actually think is the truth with what's going on with Fede Chiesa? Hit me in the comments on that and everything you think about all the news you heard here today. Don't forget to like the video and, of course, subscribe to the channel and join our AJC army. But I'm back tomorrow, as always, with another edition. Till then, fino alla fine, forza Juventus, ciao tutti.